Hello everyone, welcome to second lecture of our basic series. Today we'll be learning about conditional statements, operators and expressions, taking input from users, looping statements, and at the end of this lecture we'll be coding an example. So let's get started. Conditional statements. In Java, we have two types of conditional statements, if condition and switch case. If condition evaluates expression and executes block if true is returned, basically some boolean value. And we have four types of if condition, if condition with else if condition, and nested if. Switch case evaluates value from a variable, and based on some value it will execute block. We will learn about them and understand this concept better in our example today. So moving on to operators, these are some common operators mostly used in expressions. So let's understand with some example. Okay, so here I am at my text editor. So let's create our class here. So say class example if, and we don't want to create objects. So what we'll do here is that directly define our main method. So public static void main string args, and we will declare our variables. So integer first and second. Now let's give some values. So first will have 10, second will have 20, and we want to compare them now. So if first is if first is greater than second, we want to execute a print statement, which will say system.out.println first is greater, and after that we will define our else block. So in else block, we will write system.out.println and second is greater. So what we are going to do here is that compare these variables. So we initialize them, given some value, and after after comparing them we will print something. So let's see our code and run this example. Okay, let me zoom it for you. Okay, looks perfect. And now Java C example if, hit enter. Okay, it went good. Now let's execute it. So Java example if, and it will say second is greater. Well, because second has a value 20 in it. So uh, let's give first value 20. Okay, again compile our code, and it will say second is greater again. uh, now now just define this as first is greater than or equal to second. So now it will print first is greater. Let's test this. Java C example if, Java example if, and here it is. First is greater. Well, this was because of our equals to operator taking input from user. In Java, you can do this by normally two ways. So first is command line arguments, and the second is using the scanner class. So in command line arguments, what you do here is that pass your arguments, pass your input when you are executing your code, and using the scanner class will provide you a way of interaction with the user while the program is executing. So it would be more interactive that way, but you could do this both ways. So let's understand with an example. Okay, so Here I am at my text editor. So let's create our class first. So class example input, and let's define our main method. So public static void main string args, and we will be using this string args, which is an array. So we will use this to grab user input. So let's create a string and string name, first name actually. So string first name equals to args of 0, which means we are accessing index 0 from this array args. So we will have our first argument in first name, and in last name we will have string args of 1, which will be our second argument. So let's quickly print it. So system.out.println, and we will say welcome first name. Using this plus sign, you will be able to concat your string. So welcome first name, and let's give a little space, and last name. So it will say whatever name you pass. So welcome first name and then last name. So let's see our code. Quickly compile it. So Java C example input.java. Okay, all went well. Java example input, and now we pass our parameter. So Jane Doe. So it will print welcome Jane Doe as expected. But if you pass single parameter, it will throw up some error. So make sure you pass every argument which you use. So it goes like this. And now let's move to the scanner class example. So let's import scanner class first. So import java dot util dot scanner, which is an actual class. So we have to create objects. So scanner obj equals to new scanner, and we are passing input string, which is system.in. So now it has access to input string, and let's print something. So it will look interactive. So system.out.println, and hey stranger, what is your name? And after that, let's actually grab the user input. So let's create a string name, and it will have, so to get the actual value, you type obj.nextLine. It will grab the actual input from the user. So system.out.println welcome. Just drop a little space, and print our variable name and welcome name. Nice to meet you. And let's quickly compile our code. So Java C example input, and Java example input. Hey stranger, what is your name? So I'll pass Jane Doe here. Welcome Jane Doe. Nice to meet you. So this was how you grab the user input in Java. Showed you both ways. So let's move to loops now. Looping statements. In Java, we have three types of looping statements. First is while loop. While loop checks for certain expression and returns some boolean value. So if true is returned, it will execute your block, and if false is returned, it will stop the execution. So each time a block is executed, it will again check for expression and checks whether the returned value is true or false. Moving on to do while. Do while is similar to to while loop, but it executes a block first and checks for the result of expression later on. So no matter what, for once your block will be executed. For loop. For loop, the basic principle behind for loop is that it maintains its own counter variable which counts the number of iterations occurred. So to understand these loops in better way, let's move to our final example of this lecture. Okay, so question for our today's example is that create a simple login system for different types of users such as admin, manager, HR, and here is example of our output. So it is a menu driven program which has two menus. First is login and list users. So when you choose login, it will ask you a bunch of questions such as which user you are, enter your password, and a simple hello message, a simple welcome message. And in list user menu, we have a list of users who can log in into the system. So let's quickly code our example. Okay, so here I am at my text editor. Let's create our class first. So class example conditional, and let's define our main method also. So public static void main string args, and let's create object for our scanner class. So scanner sc equals new scanner system.in, and also import it. So import java.util.scanner, and now we want to create array which will store number of which will store list of users who can log in into system. So string array equals to first value it will have admin, second it will have manager, and third it will have HR, human resource. Okay, and after this we want to create an infinite loop or never ending loop which will be keep running, and it will keep displaying our menu. So let's create while loop. So while true, this means that it will it will never get any false value, so it will be executing until user eliminates program by their side. So let's create our integer answer which will store answer from users. So answer equals to sc.nextInt which will return integer answer, and it will be stored in our answer variable, and system.out.println. Let's create our menu. So first is login /n means in new line, and the second menu will be display users, and /n after that we will be printing asking user to enter their choice. /t is for tab, and our menu part is done here. So now we want to do something based on what user answers. So okay, so if answer equals to 1, which means if user chooses to log in from a menu, we will ask for credentials to user. So let's comment here, ask for credentials, and another condition means else if else if answer equals to 2, which means user chooses to display users, we will display all users from our array. So let's do the easy part first. So let's print our values from our array. So I'll use a for loop. So integer I equals to 0, I is smaller than arr dot length, which is our array. So it will return length of our array and I plus plus. So it will increment values of I after each iteration. So system.out.println, and let's print value from our array. So I'll say arr, then in square bracket I, which means a of I, a of 1, a of 2. So this is how it will print all values from our array. And now moving on to our login part. So system.out.println, let's ask user, so which user you are, and in answer of this user will enter the username. So we will store that username. So we will need some string values, some string variables. So string username and string password. Okay, so now let's store our value. So username equals to sc dot next, which will return whatever user answers. Then system.out.println, we will ask for password. So enter your password in our print statement. Okay, and let's also store password. So password equals to sc.next, which will store password in it. And what we are going to do here is that based on which user it is, we will handle them. So handle user based on username. Okay, so let's define our switch case for this. So switch username, which means it will look for different cases where we handle user based on the username. So in our first case, we will handle admin. So case admin, if user enters admin, we will handle admin. Then break, after handling it, break our case. And another case we have for manager. So handle manager here. Also write break statement. And now let's create case for our HR. So case HR, handle HR, and break. Also we need a default value. So if user enters anything else rather than our 3 values, so instead of our 3 values, so we will handle user accordingly. Okay, so let's move to our admin part first. Okay, let's break here. Okay, and now moving on to our admin part. So I'll say if password dot equals ignore case, which will ignore case sensitivity. So password should be admin1234. So we will print system.out.println welcome admin. And in our else part, we will print some. Okay, in our else part, we will print some message like password is wrong or something. So let's write wrong password, and this looks good now. Also also we need to handle for manager and HR, so I'll just copy paste this condition and change values. So password for manager should be manager1234, and message should be welcome manager, and for HR, it password should be HR1234, welcome HR. Okay, so everything looks good to me. And if user enters anything else, we will print some message like system.out.println, and message should be invalid username. Okay, so and now let's take a look at what we did so far. So first we did import of our scanner class, then initialized our scanner class, declared an integer which will get answer, also a string values for username and password, an array which will store list of our users, and a loop which has our menus. And based on choice of our users, we are handling them asking for credentials, and based on our users, we are checking for credentials and printing some messages to them. So also we have our second menu. So in our second menu, we are just printing list from our array, and this is what we done so far. And let's quickly run our code here. So I'll say java c. Okay, I need to get in my directory first. Okay, java c example conditional. Okay, looks like we have some errors. Also my battery is getting low. Okay, so I forgot parentheses in my if conditions, which I also copy pasted. So I have to fix them in my every conditions. Okay. Okay, so this looks good now. It should be fine now. So let's run our code. Let's compile it. Okay, that went well. So now let's compile our code. Let's run it. Okay, so login and display users. So it prints our user list very much fine. Let me zoom this window for you. Okay, so it prints our list fine. And now let's log in as admin, enter password, admin1234, welcome admin. So everything went well, I guess. And let's try login from with HR. Password is HR1234, welcome HR. So this looks good now. And this brings us to end of our lecture. So if you have any doubts, if you want to ask me some questions regarding our code, regarding our program, and anything else, if you didn't understood as something in this video or in our previous videos, so be free to join in our Telegram group, and I will always be available there. So keep learning, keep coding. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.